Hello, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Shayne.
And I'm Amanda. How are you guys? It is 2025.
That's right. Yeah, it is. We're recording this on the 14th. This is our first podcast we're recording. This is our first day of filming anything this year. We were going to film last week, and it's our first time recording since the fires here in LA, which have been, I mean, there's a bunch of adjectives.
Devastating, heartbreaking. The fires have been like going throughout LA County, Palisades.
It's been
Altadena, Pasadena. It's been wild. What's amazing to me is that you forget that, you know, the news connects everybody. So everyone's reaching out to you, checking in.
Right.
And you're like, I'm figuring this out as we go.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
I didn't understand as it was happening Tuesday night, which Tuesday was just weird because the winds I've never experienced, and I've lived out here for a long time.
Yep.
And those were freakish winds. And then you add fire to it. You didn't really understand the scope of it until you saw like overhead footage of the devastation. I mean, I still don't know if I'm going to fully grasp it until I drive past parts of town
agree.
That are just gone.
Like Malibu and... But I feel like with these fires, we know at least 1 to 2 people have lost their homes during these fires.
I don't know anyone who doesn't know someone.
Yep.
Like everyone knows someone who lost a home.
And that I've never been evacuated or had a warning my entire time living in LA.
It's not normal.
No, it's not.
I've never even had the thought in the 20 years I've lived out here.
Yeah.
I've never had the thought of, I maybe will have to go.
Right.
It was definitely it's very lucky that I didn't have to evacuate.
Same.
The fear was there, and it's that very existential moment of like, let's pack up what we're going to take.
Pack up.
And you have this moment. You have this moment where you're like, I have maybe anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour to, like, if it's bad,
right,
to figure out what is most important to me.
And what do you bring? You know, like, I mean, I was just thinking clothes, but then of course you know your passport, documents that matter to you.
There's the practical side, right? Of like, what do I need so that I can like function,
right?
And then it's also the sentimental stuff of like, what is the most important emotional pieces in and that fucks you up. Even thinking about it.
Yeah, I was reading that a lot of people in the Palisades, their biggest thing were mementos, like baby albums, photo albums, and everything else they had to leave behind.
Yeah.
The thing I will say, there's a silver lining a little bit to this, is that the people of LA have really, really come together. Unbelievably so. Like the donation centers, Smosh did an amazing job. Like people are coming together.
I was hearing that a lot of sites were full up on volunteers.
Yeah.
Like people were trying to volunteer, and they're like, we have too many volunteers.
Which is unbelievable. And like there's not really anything good that you can say about the fires at all. But what you can look at is be like, holy shit. The place that I live, they're so connected and so community oriented.
Yeah, and I think for people who don't live in LA, it's a place that gets heavily stereotyped because there's a lot of reality TV, a lot
rich,
of movies
famous.
and stuff that's like, this is what LA is. LA is so big. It's a collection of a bunch of different types of communities.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people going, it's just a bunch of rich celebrities who lost their homes.
Nope.
And especially like when you talk like Altadena, I mean, it's
not at all.
And there's tons of apartment complexes, tons of just small businesses. I mean, this was so big. I mean,
Huge.
it was just devastating. It's wild, but I agree with you. It has been and this is historically true, that in the face of devastation, people tend to, like, communities come together.
Yep.
It shows how good a lot of people are.
Yep.
Plenty of bad people in the world. We hear about that all the time, but there's definitely so many incredible people out there.
And it's still, it's still going on right now. Like
as we are doing this.
There are still people, who aren't allowed to drink their water. There's still people who are just reeling from their homes. And the wind has kind of kicked up again.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, a lot of areas where the air quality was so bad has gotten a lot better because we're all back.
Yeah, and I mean the firefighters, man, all those footage of those planes and helicopters dropping stuff. It is so insane.
People were kind of getting there was one Instagram account that was like, we will only be posting helicopter drops from now on because some of them were unbelievable.
They are. It looks awesome when they're dropping that stuff. When they're dropping the red stuff all over the place, it looks so cool. I think they've done an incredible job. I don't understand. I have moments where I talk as if I understand what's going on, where I'm like looking at the apps. I'm like, yeah, so they've got it 35% contained. So that probably means this area. I'm like, after a second, I'm like, I actually have no idea what any of it means. I don't know.
Everyone's like that. They downloaded Watch
Everybody
Duty app.
became like a weather reporter
100%
overnight.
They're like, so the winds are traveling east and it's actually 1% contained, which means, and you're like, huh?
It's really funny, and I do it too, where everybody like gets locked in and they become an expert
100%
for a little bit.
And they call people like, hey, how's it going? Where are you at? Like, what's going on with you? It's like everyone's kind of I don't know why, and maybe this is bad, but it's easy for us to go into emergency mode.
Yeah.
I think because we've experienced COVID and other things, but we're like, what's going on?
No, me and so many people were calling each other, being like, what's it looking like over there? Yeah, so from me here, I can definitely see the fires.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It's how we cope. I mean,
definitely.
Really, it's like how we have to be involved somehow.
Yeah, no, there was a couple nights where everyone was just terrified. No matter how far away you were from it, because new fires were starting up everywhere.
Do you remember the mistake alert?
Yes.
That came out?
Yeah, there was a couple. There was the one that happened during the day, and then there was one at 4 a.m.
Yeah, so those are what's the term for those? The like just alerts on your phone?
It's because it's an alert we've never had before. So
it's almost like Amber Alert when you get an Amber Alert.
Right. But it's for fires.
But someone clicked all of LA County.
They were saying it's a system, so it's not like a person was responsible for it. I definitely was imagining some
guy shaking
somewhere in some office being like, no. Oh!
And then they were like,
and then
Richard?
They sent another alert literally saying, my bad.
Yeah.
They sent another alert like 10 minutes later being like, I'm so sorry. Oh.
He like typed it out. He's like, my bad.
Ooh.
A woman opens the door. She's like, Richard, did you just hit that? He's like, no.
No, and it was after we got the alert that was like, my bad, I definitely turned to Courtney and was like, it'll unfortunately be a little funny if we get another alert that's like, okay, but this one's now serious.
But it wasn't.
I didn't get any
And the alert was really bad. It was saying all of LA County had to evacuate.
I know. Which is 10 million people, by the way. That would have been been a mass migration that we've never seen before.
It was, but I feel like people were kind of like, wait a second.
No, people were skeptical. I definitely was like, I looked at the app. I was like, you
looked at the app.
I also looked outside. I'd be like, I'm not seeing anything. I know I can't really judge based on that, but
yeah, you can't, because when I looked outside, the air above my apartment building was black.
Yeah.
So it's like, huh.
No, it looked like hell.
We left because the air quality was so bad, and we got a couple warnings, but we left. And then people were like, they were just like, you never know. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
No, I definitely stayed inside for the most part. There was a day where I had to run an errand, and it wasn't too bad in my area, and I was wearing a mask, but I definitely felt it. By the time I got home, I was like, oh, my head hurts a little bit.
Yep.
I was like,
headaches.
And I'm like, this isn't just smoke. This is like building smoke.
Immediate
this is chemicals
headaches
and stuff. It's awful, and it's certainly a little weird. I knew we were like, okay, but we're gonna have to go back and do what we do.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, but the way I kind of saw it was, we are here to make people laugh. We're here to help you relax, chill, vibe out, and we've probably been there's so many of our listeners who have probably lived through so much worse catastrophes, and we've been there to make them laugh during that. So I'm like, we're gonna do that when we're in the middle of a crazy
when we're
zone
here
too.
And okay, and now we are.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. Everyone, I mean, I think everyone here at Smosh was very lucky. Which, you know, it was a roll of the dice for pretty much everyone in LA.
Yep.
So, with that, we're gonna get into what we do.
So with that, we're gonna add a little bit of normalcy back into what's going on. We're gonna get into something a little fun.
Yeah.
Which I think is very good, even in times like this, which is journaling.
I mean, honestly, I almost understood, like, it kind of almost put in perspective what we do a little bit, because, like, during some of those nights, you are kind of like, oh, I just want to listen to something chill.
Yes. See, I'm the opposite. During those nights, I want to watch, like, crime occur on documentaries.
Wow, these fires are really bad. I should watch someone get murdered.
I want to watch, like, assassins.
Okay.
Like, I binged all...
What?
No, I know, it's wrong. I binged all of the Day of the Jackal, which someone told me to watch. I don't know if you've seen it. Eddie Redmayne, he's an assassin, and he's a mimic. It's pretty cool.
Is this where... Okay, I saw this clip where he's, like, tying a rope to a rifle and a tree. And he's like, yeah. I saw that clip on the internet for some reason.
Why did they show that clip? That's
I don't know. That's because it's
a small part of the show.
It's a remake of another movie, and so they're showing how the old movie had the exact
Jackal?
same. Just they were showing that.
Well, anyways,
okay,
I binged that. Excellent, and then I read a book about a female assassin.
What's that book called? You forgot the name of the book?
Wait, hold on. I just started it. It doesn't matter. I can't think of it.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll think about it.
It's been a time.
Whoa,
how did I forget? Whatever.
Speaking of books.
It'll come up in 10 minutes.
Speaking of books, that's what I was doing, because it was so weird. You're at home. You can't go outside. It's just weird. You're just like, everything's tense.
Yeah.
I have read so many books this year.
I'm on
a roll. No, but I'm on a roll, unlike last year. So I have a goal this year. A lot of people have reading goals.
Yeah.
Book Talk goes hard, though, which TikTok, I don't know if it's still around as of this episode being aired. But
crazy.
A lot of people do like 100 books a year. And I've never done that. My goal is 50 books.
Do they ever talk to people? Or
some people read fast. I'm trying to read 50 books this year.
Whoa! Slow down, Captain.
But get this. We're recording this on the 14th. I've already read 5 books. I'm on a roll.
Riddle me this. How did you read 5 books in 14 days?
I've just been reading so much.
No. How did you read 5 books in 15 days?
I've just been reading a lot.
I don't believe
that's just I also have been
receipts.
For some reason I've been waking up at like 5 a.m. lately.
I do love that.
I don't know why. I wake up at 5 a.m.
What time do you go to bed?
10 to 11.
Are you wild? That's barely enough sleep.
No, what are you talking about?
That's crazy.
10 to 5 is 7 hours.
What? Well, as a female, we need 8+, and everyone knows this. So it's crazy that you're doing that. Good for you. Okay.
So I wake up at 5, and then I'm like, okay, I'll read for like an hour or two, depending on like.
And no one's awake.
So I'm just chilling there with like, I got like a lamp that's got a very like kind of dim light on it. So I chill. It's still dark. I'm like, I'm gonna read a book. My cat will like kind of chill there with me.
Like a Christmas Carol.
So
I've
just been on fire, and I've read a bunch of books. They're friggin' awesome.
What are the books that you've read?
Okay, so I read The Buried Giant by Ishiguro is his last name. He wrote Never Let Me Go, and
nice,
which is awesome. And another book I love called Claire and the Sun.
Wow,
this was like a very like King Arthur's Court type of tale.
Ooh, love.
Very interesting. I read a book called James by Percival Everett, which might be my favorite so far.
Just James?
It's called James. It's a retelling of Huckleberry Finn from Jim's perspective.
What?
And it is hilarious.
Oh, it's a comedy book.
It's a dark comedy. Cause like, so Mark Twain, the way he wrote Jim is like very 1800s, how a white guy would write, you know. And but in this they reveal that he is actually, him and every other slave is code switching for white people, and that in secret he's like a genius who's reading tons of books and is like super well spoken, but he can't do that in front of white people.
Whoa.
It is awesome, and it is so funny.
How many pages are these books?
Those are both around 300. I read another book called The Sword of Kaigen, which is a very big book on Book Talk. Interesting fantasy book. I don't know how to describe that one.
Great.
It's got a lot of elements of different types of things. And then I read a book called Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. That book was awesome. That was very like fairy tale type of book. And then I'm reading.
Are you a library card member?
I'm just going, man.
Are you just Amazoning these?
I like to go to bookstores and buy these books, and then I like to give books away. Or I'll drop them off at like someplace. And now I'm reading The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, who's one of my favorite authors.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. I'm on a
your cool
roll.
level just shot to the roof.
Yeah,
like
man.
You're unbelievable. I'm over here just.
It's kind of all I've been interested in doing, though. Like, do
you read at night?
If I get hooked on a book, I'm reading it whenever I can. But otherwise morning and night. Yeah.
You're a good person to vacation with.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm chill. On vacation, I'm just chilling, dude.
Do you talk to anybody when you...
No, I say don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
Maybe I take that back. Maybe not the best person to vacation. No, I'm just kidding. I love people that like bring their own entertainment when they vacation, you know?
Yeah.
You know when people are sitting there and they're like, so what are we doing today?
I actually rarely read a book on vacation. I'll bring a book and I just end up not reading it.
Why?
I think I end up just doing stuff or talking to people. I do end up talking to people. So I don't end up reading.
But if you were on a beach vacation, you would.
Maybe. But I maybe would rather just go in the water. Or walk around.
You're gonna swim in the water for hours?
Or sleep. Like, I'm just like experiencing. I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
Not too much. Whereas when I'm home, I'm like there with a book. It's nice.
Wow.
Well, speaking of books, and speaking of also going back, something that I did grab and put in my bag and the possibility of evacuation was my journals. We're here to read some journals.
Very good segue.
Thank you.
That was I was done.
I probably could have segued better by just being like, and now journals.
And something else
and
I have in my backpack
else that is also a thing.
Journals.
Something else that also exists in the world. My journals.
No, but real talk, I have had a journal since I was a little girl. It was 101 Dalmatian with a lock and key on it. No one could see it, duh. But I've kept a journal my whole life constantly. I constantly have a journal going, and I always finish it. So I just got a brand new journal, and I cracked it open yesterday.
How long did it take you to finish your last journal?
It was a really big one. So I would say a little less than a year.
Damn.
Usually my journals are per year.
Okay, so can I show you something?
Show me something.
So I showed this last year. So I brought 3 things here.
Whoa, that bottom journal looks like it's from Lord of the Rings.
Well, I read some of this last time.
Oh, yeah.
This was my first ever journal. The pages are very like...
How old were you?
I was 15 when I got this.
Okay.
And as you can tell by like the cover and everything, I really wanted to be deep.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I read some of the passages where I'm like, here's what I think about the universe.
I remember this. It's almost like you wrote a journal knowing that someone was going to read it.
That's my issue with a lot of my journals. Now, this took me a couple years to finish, and it's not dense. This journal is the second journal I got. I got this when I was like 19, and as of right now, I am like 5 pages left. And so I am actively trying to journal every day and finally finish this. But this is the first journal I got as an adult. So I've only had one journal for the past 15 years. It's just...
Lucky you.
Well, this is the thing that sucks about this journal. And I hate this journal.
You can't open it fully. It keeps closing on you while you're trying to write?
No. I mean about my entries and how it's been written.
Oh, you judge your entries.
I do. Is that oftentimes when interesting things are happening in my life, I don't journal. I forget.
Yeah.
I don't get around
that makes
to
sense.
it. And there are just massive gaps in here. There's years where I didn't write in this. That's why it's taken so long. And so it's missing a lot of like the biggest moments of my life. And so many journal entries are like, oh man, I haven't written in this in forever.
Oh.
And I'm like, and so I'm constantly playing a game of keep up. And that's made it hard to like get to a place where I'm talking about my day because I kind of always feel like, well, I need to kind of catch up with it. It fluctuates too. There are definitely pages where I read it and I go, oh, this was me doing like an affirmation post. Like it's all over the place. It's not like consistent.
No, I get that.
And it's frustrating. And so I kind of am excited to get done with it and start a new one and be like, this is what I'm going to do this. This is the way I'm going to do this. And I'm going to stick to it.
You know,
relatively.
I do get that actually. There are some journals that I'm like, where did I fall off on this one? I started a new thing as of last year, so you're going to roll your eyes at this, but one of my favorite astrologers, Channing Nicholas, she's amazing.
I was gonna say Channing Tatum.
One of my favorite astrologers.
Channing Tatum.
He actually started astrology in Step Up. It was really cool.
This great astrologer, Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. Yeah, he was reading people's astrology while he was stripping on them. So
some people, that's probably a real person out there.
She's amazing. I've been following her for years and years and years. She made her own. It's like a journal calendar hybrid. So it's a thick book. It has your astrology chart in it, but every day has like a long space with like not many journal prompts. I don't like journals that have a lot of prompts. But it'll like tell you about the moon and stuff like that, but it'll be like daily. And it makes me write daily. And get this, it's not many pages.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
I just like write in the thing, and it is so nice because I'm actually kind of writing almost every day.
I'm thinking about getting something like that.
Where
it gives you prompts.
I
think I need that.
I think some people have prompts. For me, prompts take up the free space.
Yeah.
But I love something that holds me accountable, and it's not like an endless book that you're opening and you're like, Dear Diary.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same as you. Like, my brain goes faster than my hand. So I end up writing like scribble cursive.
Yeah, I was telling you before we started recording that I have far more written on computers. I have hundreds of pages of just
Wild
free writing because there I can just go. And I'm just going wild.
You're a computer journalist.
Yeah, and I don't love that. I love handwritten stuff. I love the like look of journals and everything, but my hand posture is horrible. And handwriting, I'm just very slow. My handwriting sucks. I hate looking at it afterwards.
Aw, Shayne.
I can't help but judge it so hard.
Here's the thing. You don't look back at your writing.
I had to for this.
Oh, yeah, so did I, for sure.
So we're going to read a bunch of these.
Mine, I will say, I have so many journals, but they're all in storage. So mine are from similar entries that we read the last time, but they're different pages.
Great. That's fine.
And they are, drama.
But how many journals do you have in storage?
Oh, so you know
dozens?
Dozens. So there's like this plastic, the big plastic bin?
Yeah.
There's one filled.
Oh my God. That's so cool.
And then I have a full drawer of journals. Yeah, I
always think
journals forever.
I always think about how valuable that could be like 100 years from now. Like, not even like a family descendant, just anyone, just being like, oh my God, like a bunch of journals from, like how if I went to a bookstore and I found this old leather book and they're like, yeah, this is a journal from someone in the 1800s.
Yeah, who's
like,
on a ship.
I'm taking this.
Yeah, I would read it immediately.
Reading anything from that time. That's
so this is like such a random thing, but when I went to Ireland on vacation, we went to the Titanic Museum in Belfast because that's where the Titanic was built. And they showed us people's journal entries and like writing on the ship. What do you know?
No, I'm not sorry.
No, too soon.
I'm sorry. Just one journal entry, just like, oh fuck.
Well, here's the fucking thing. That's funny.
I don't feel so good about this.
Because
is there liturgy?
They had actual recordings of people because that's how they didn't hear the iceberg warning because rich people were sending out telegrams, and there are actual voices of rich people being like, we have to get the children out. We're not doing well. And then the Titanic to the Californian tells them to shut up. They're like, shut up. Stop sending us ice warnings. Like, we need to stop sending us these warnings like you're clogging up our system. But the Californian was sending them ice warnings. It says shut up.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you, I learned so much at the Titanic Museum. Was it 3.5 hours long? Yes, it was.
I can't believe the Titanic referenced Smosh.
Oh, you're so dumb. I just got that. Shut up. Oh my God.
Sorry.
There was a picture of Ian and Anthony too. They were like,
they're like, that's really genuinely. That's really cool that you got.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay. Okay.
You're done. Just kidding.
Do you want to go first? What did you just find?
Don't look at that.
What?
No.
Okay, I won't look.
We
at
will
that.
not be looking at that.
The hell? Fans are going to be speculating on what that was.
I know, of course they are. All it says is I love blah blah blah, and it was 3 of my crushes. So don't worry, guys.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay, I'll read this one, and y'all are gonna think I am slutty. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, I'll read this one. It's quick. I'm gonna have to change some names. This is from 2003.
Nice.
Friday. You remember being obsessed with Friday? I was. Friday. Hey, my B-Day was wicked fun. I didn't really get a lot of presents, but whatever. Written as W/E. Whatever. Tomorrow I'm going to New Hampshire to see Auntie Carolyn and tubing and skiing for Caroline's 13th birthday. The past 2 nights, people in my grades had parties. Marky's was Wednesday. I hooked up with Doug just because I wanted to. He was like 2 more minutes. I was like, how about 10 more seconds? Ha ha ha. Independent woman right here.
Nice. Nice.
I wrote that. Then John's. He was like grinding with me while I was standing still. Ew.
Gross. Gross.
I'm changing all these names, by the way. These are not their real names. I talked to Joe like the whole time. He's a really sweet guy. Anyways, it was wicked fun.
Wicked fun.
Amy connected with Mark, but she's got to understand, has to see for herself that Lindsay and him will not last. Well, G2G, me hungry. I like Mike. Not really, just that he's kind of great. I also like John, hopeless case. I like Matt, pointless. It boggles my mind there is nobody in life that I could spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Like, it's pissing me off. God, send me an angel. Amen.
Holy shit.
End of entry.
I also like this guy, pointless. And I like this guy, dead case.
I'm pretty proud of myself that it was like 2 more minutes. How about 10 more seconds?
How about 2 more seconds? Independent woman right here.
No, that's definitely who I was. I was like, please.
That's so funny. That was wicked fun. Having a wicked good time.
Oh, I said wicked all the time.
I'm sure you were in Boston.
Wicked. Okay.
So that was the end of that one. You said gotta go.
That was once I say G2G, I'm out of that journal entry.
You did G2G.
Oh yeah.
Not GTG.
GTG. Never. I would never touch that shit. It's always got to go.
I never saw
GTG.
I didn't see G2G too much.
G2G. Yeah, everyone else.
It makes sense. I didn't see it that often. Saw GTG.
Where are you from?
Arizona. We would send a cactus to each other.
No, you didn't.
No.
That's cute. I would love it if you did, though. You were like, hey, what's up, cactus? Friday.
Friday.
Okay, your turn.
All right. I've got so I didn't read this last time, and I found this and I was like, well, I should read this. So this is from 2007. So this is September 17th. I wrote journal entry September 17th. Like you wouldn't know it's a journal entry.
I think you thought this was going to be like dug up in an archaeology site and people are going to be like, oh my
I was definitely
goodness.
thinking like, yes.
Yes, they will find the Shayne Topp journal.
It's a natural Hugo Wells here. A Jules Verne type. Okay. September 17th. I auditioned for a show called iCarly a while back.
God.
But okay, I auditioned for a show called iCarly a while back, but never heard anything. Last Friday, my manager called saying I'd been called to producers for a different role on iCarly, a preppy, upscale private school boy. I had a great time auditioning, and that's all I care about. I know something big is on the way, though. Maybe it's making it big in acting, or maybe it's something else. Who knows? I'm just going with the flow.
Wow.
September 22nd.
Oh, shoot.
A few days later.
Okay.
Journal entry, September 22nd.
Ah, very good.
Yesterday, my mom got a call from my agent. Suddenly, she turned around with 2 thumbs up in the air. Her face was full of excitement. I had booked the iCarly audition. I was going to be a guest star on the show. Looks like something big was on its way. It was.
Pretty
and
legit.
You know it was? Okay, journal entry, September 23rd.
Oh, my God. Thank God you're labeling these.
Tomorrow is the start of my big week. It will be strange walking into Nick on Sunset and not just standing in the main lobby, but actually going back onto the set. This is going to be very exciting. September 24th.
You're really giving us just the stark details, and I love it. Very good.
Most 16-year-old boys don't have journals, so give me credit.
No, you're killing it.
Okay. September 24th. Woke up and drove to Nick on Sunset. We showed up early, so we walked down to the Rite Aid we always would go to before I would audition. I walked into the set and met up with the teacher. And then a dark-haired girl walked in. She had brown eyes. Miranda, this is Shayne. She looked towards me with a smile and shook my hand. Nice to meet you, she said. Nice to meet you too, I said, with a dash of nervousness. I met 2 other members of the show within the next 5 minutes. A kid named Noah. He was very nice and outgoing for an 11-year-old, and Jeanette, a blonde-haired girl. All of them were much nicer than I expected. We spent the next 5 hours in that same room doing schoolwork. Jeanette left to work on school with her mom, and Noah did so as well. Our teacher, Patty, pulled out the guinea pig they had in the room. Miranda and I sat there petting him for about 20 minutes. I realized how over-exaggerated celebrities and people on TV are. They're normal human beings. Miranda and I talked about normal things everyone talks about. The guinea pig's name was Tripod due to his one missing leg. I cracked a joke saying he lost it in Vietnam. I felt as if I was... Yeah.
You're 16 writing this?
Yeah.
Like a grown-ass man.
I know. I'm
a dash of nervousness.
With a beard.
Thank God.
I felt as if I was fitting in well. Of course, we haven't done any acting at all since the writers are working on the script. Maybe they are adding me more lines.
Ooh, wishful thinking.
September 25th. Today was awful. And I can blame my damn nerves. I arrived on set at 7:30 a.m., so I had to wake up at 6. I was tired and not at all at my full potential. I went down for the table read. Little problem, I have no clue what a table read is. So I sat down with all the actors, writers, director, and all the people. My lines had changed. I was still guest star, but it still threw me off. Suddenly, they said they would begin. Miranda burst out into the first lines, since she had the first lines in the script. Duh. I just went along with it as best I could. I only stumbled over about 2 to 3 lines, so I didn't make a complete fool of myself. We went back to school for the next 2 hours. Then it was time for rehearsals. I felt viciously mediocre, and I couldn't suppress my nerves. After that, back to school for another hour. Then time for run-through. Of course, my big scene is the very first in the episode. Oh my God, I was nervous. Everyone was there watching. I felt awful. After that, my mom and I went directly home.
Who are you? You're so, eloquently spoken. And you're like, damn these nerves.
God damn my nerves.
Damn these nerves.
I blew it.
Miranda burst out. Of course, you're the first line. Duh.
I realize celebrities are normal people.
Yeah, Tripod. I made a joke about Vietnam.
I'm 16 years old.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Athletic Brewing Co. Shayne, are you ready for Athletic January?
What's that?
It is when you're feeling a little bit sober curious and you set a New Year's resolution to drink a little bit less. And to help us out, we have Athletic Brewing Co. non-alcoholic brews with us, which I've actually tried, and I think that you have. They are so good.
Amanda, I am a huge fan of this company. I have been drinking these for so long. I've, in fact, had every single one of these flavors that we have here.
Whoa.
The hazy IPA, the light, the golden, the other IPA there, they're all so delicious. I particularly like them after a workout.
That's a hot take right there.
What I usually do is I order their variety packs online. And there will often be like a mix of these plus a mystery one that'll come. I got one that was this like spicy one once. It was really interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of different ones that they're always bringing out. I love it.
I really need to try more of these. There's nothing dry about Athletic Brewing Co. non-alcoholic brews. Give it a try and head to athleticbrewing.com/smoshmouth to find it near you. That's athleticbrewing.com/SMOSHMOUTH to grab some fun and flavorful brews near you. Athletic Brewing Company, fit for all times, near beer. Back to the show.
Okay,
Wow.
September 26th.
Journal entry, or did you just stop doing
There's
that?
journal entry in front of all these.
Oh, well, I need that.
As if I'm like on an expedition and our submarine has crashed.
Truly, I think that's what you thought was going to happen.
Definitely did. No.
Journal entry.
This is when I'm 16, like I'm getting.
You're aware.
I'm really into reading, but I'm like only reading classics.
Oh, of course.
I'm definitely.
Moby Dick before bed, mummy.
I'm reading 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Okay. September 26th, 2007.
Ooh.
I woke up this morning and realized I had a choice. This could either be a good day or a bad day, and I'm going with good. We arrived on set at 9:30, went straight to school. I didn't feel as nervous today, and I was ready to rock them at rehearsals.
Ooh.
Once rehearsals came, I went to set. I did great, so much better than yesterday. When run-through came, I was ready and willing. I rocked once again. Several people came up to tell me, great job afterwards. I felt great. I won't be shooting tomorrow, though, but on Friday, I will. Friday!
You rocked twice in there.
I rocked twice, dude.
My God.
September 28th. Yeah, I wrote August, but it's September 28th. I didn't go back in time.
Whoa, you actually messed up.
I found a time machine, and I went back in time.
Shocked you didn't change that.
I know, I'm surprised too. Okay, September 28th. Yesterday, there was no filming for me, so I had a nice, relaxed day. Today, though, was filming. The day went as usual until it was my time to film my scene. There was tons of extras since it was a school hallway scene. I stood out with my preppy clothing. I walked up to Miranda and started the scene. Carly Shay from iCarly, right? Yeah, hi, she replied. Philip Brownlee. I'm a junior over at Briarwood Prep. I wrote out the whole scene.
I
wrote out the whole goddamn scene for some reason.
Well, maybe that's gonna help you memorize it.
She goes, "Oh, cool." She looks at her shirt, which is covered in water. Oh, the water fountain sprayed me. Ah, I didn't want you to think I was sweaty or drooly. Haha, you're even funnier in person. Listen, changing from laughing to serious. I'm the student council president at Briarwood. Oh, fancy. You know, we're the #1 private school in Seattle. The scene kept going for another 2 pages. It went very smoothly. In 2 takes, Miranda tried to put on her hoodie and put it on backwards. She got very embarrassed, but I found it very funny. After the scene was done, I said goodbye to everybody. Jeanette and Miranda gave me their AIM screen names.
Love AIM.
So it wasn't going to be goodbye forever. As I was heading out, I stopped by the green room. To my surprise, Josh Peck was standing there. It was only me and him in the room. Hey, I said flatly. Hi, Josh, he greeted me. Shayne, I greeted back. So you like doing this? Oh, yeah, I love this whole environment and everything. Cool, dude, very cool. He had to go after that.
Wow.
But it was still a cool encounter. After we left set, I went home and slept. It was time for another chapter for something else to start.
Holy goodness.
Yeah. I completely forgot about the Josh Peck thing.
Hey, very cool, dude.
Looking at that like, hey, nice to meet you. Yeah, man. So you like doing this? Yeah.
Very cool. It's kind of
And he wrote in his journal, he's like, some idiot.
It's kind of wild that you wrote out your whole...
I forgot I did.
I kind of like... You were like a pretty good writer. You know, you're writing out everything.
Thanks.
You're so welcome. And I mean that.
Okay.
I mean that truly.
Okay, thank you.
And how cool is that you got to like see what you were really feeling on iCarly?
I remember that. No, I frankly sucked so bad. The first rehearsals that week, I bombed. Like, I was so nervous, I struggled with lines. I know, it was my first, and it was like a big deal. I knew it was going to be a big show.
Why? How did you know?
So it's interesting, especially back then when Disney Channel and Nickelodeon were both kind of in a different era. I remember when the first auditions for Hannah Montana came out, And literally casting directors were like, this is going to be the biggest show on television. And they were telling you this, and it was like, this is going to be huge.
Is it because of
they just kind of know?
Miley's dad, or?
I think they just know. Like when scripts come out, like producers in Hollywood goes, this is going to be big.
Yep.
And they called it, and it was huge. And then iCarly was kind of the same. They're like, this is going to be a huge show. And I don't think it had started airing yet. Maybe it had started, but this was the first season that I was on it.
So much pressure.
So it was massive. But it was also my first job.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So I was just...
Huge first job.
I was just like, oh my God. And I had done small things before this, but this was the like, oh, this is a big deal. And it's on this big set on Sunset Boulevard. It was all the stereotypical stuff. And, you know, I had to kind of fail in order to be like, oh, I'm going to be nervous no matter what. I need to find the way to have fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why am I doing this?
Right.
If I'm not having fun.
Exactly.
Just go back home.
Exactly. So. You were a smart little kid. Well, back to my bullshit.
No, but I get frustrated that I know, I can tell that I'm like constricting. Like I'm not writing my genuine. I want to kind of, I wish I could kind of know what was really going on. But to be completely honest, I didn't know what was going on in my head for most of my life.
I think a kid that age who is on camera has already gotten like the aware bug, you know, like when they're aware of how they're talking and performing.
I felt so perceived.
Exactly.
All the time.
So that makes sense that you would journal like that. Whereas like, you know, I wasn't freaking on TV. So like, I'm like, not a soul is ever going to read this.
Yeah. And later on, I'm not going to read these, but you can tell there's like pages upon pages in journals later when I'm in my like early 20s where I'm writing about how I'm writing in a way that I think someone's gonna like reading it.
Yep.
And I'm like, who the f*** is reading this? I'm like, what does it f***ing matter?
That just shows me where your head was at. You were just like constantly being perceived all the time.
I literally am writing about that. Yeah. You can read me writing about how I'm like, why do I care about who might read
That's
this?
crazy.
I know.
But it's not crazy. It's what I'm saying is like, it's so cool to look back and go, oh my God, I know what I'm doing. I know what I was doing here.
It's especially eerie reading that type of stuff and knowing that that's how I was thinking. That's 2007. That's before social media, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, here I am struggling with the feeling of being perceived. And now in 2025, now more than ever for the past like few years, everyone is dealing with the feeling of being perceived more than ever in human history. Now it's more like prevalent.
Yeah.
But I was feeling it back then.
You were feeling it back. Yeah.
But I was in the industry, and now the thing I say is everyone's in the entertainment industry. If you have
TikTok, if you have social media, you are.
If you have a public social media platform, you're in the entertainment industry.
You are being perceived. You hear that. You read the comments.
Yeah.
You change certain parts of yourself to like match the comments.
Right.
But I'm hoping that there's like a redo, a refresh.
Things will morph. They morph.
Well, okay. 10/15/2002. This is really important. I love Romeo and Juliet! ! Leonardo DiCaprio is so hot in that movie. It's so dramatic. It's all about two people who love each other. They would die for one another. Towards the ending, one takes a pill and everyone thinks she died. So Romeo goes, takes a pill, and dies. Juliet wakes up and kisses herself in the thought of not being able to live with... shoots herself, sorry, not kiss. Shoots herself in the thought of not being able to live without Romeo. It was hard to see each other before death because of the parents not liking Romeo. It made it difficult to live together. God, I want to be in that movie. I love Tuck Everlasting too. Jesse Jackson was so hot. You know, Romeo and Juliet helps our daily life. It's so...
What?
Romeo and Juliet helps our daily life. It's so sad. But the point is to stop the family feud. After the suicide, both fathers shake hands in a sign of, all right, we're okay, see ya. I'm excited to watch it again, but reading will be hard. Bye.
Reading will be hard on the count that I can't read.
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, today's messy. It's raining and pouring like the old man is snoring. Went to bed, bumped his head, and didn't wake up in the morning.
You wrote out the whole saying.
Stupid poem, basically about concussions.
What the hell?
Or he could have been on drugs. Something weird like that. Hi.
You're going more in on that than Romeo and Juliet.
Hi, ho hum, hi, ho ha. It's off to work we go, la 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 la. God, I love Matt. Even though he's a druggie. Can't stop thinking about it. Heart.
That's awesome. No, you know why that's so much better than mine is because you actually get to see into your mind. That's how your thoughts were coming out. That's a look at a real brain. You don't need MRI scans when you got that.
Yeah.
You could just
like an old poem is in my head, Romeo and Juliet, and then I'm like, God, I love this guy, but he's a druggie.
Old man is snoring. Bumped his head. Didn't get up in the morning. Ha 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 ha. Hoo hoo. I love Matt.
He's a druggie. Whatever.
He's a druggie. I don't care. Romeo and Juliet's my favorite movie, and here's why I can help everyone.
That's how I journaled back in the day.
I love how you just go into the ending of Romeo and Juliet for anyone who doesn't know the ending.
I'm like, and then suicide. I mean, I knew a lot of stuff. I was like, suicide, drugs.
Oh yeah.
Unconscious. Like
when you're a teenager, it's like those are.
I was like, God, that Family Feud.
Yeah, man. Well, that is what that story's about. When you think about it.
Okay, here's another one. It's quick.
Okay.
Just as dumb as the other one. 5/12/2003. DD was so much fun, which is
DD.
either Dunkin' Donuts or the driving school, but I think it's Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was so much fun. I thought I forgot my camera, but Jenny had it. Woohoo! I'm so happy. Okay, Amy likes John, her boyfriend. Okay, anyways, I'm in a good mood. I have my first day on the job today. Ha ha ha. Scared. Well, anyways, I think I'm going to put my camera in CVS, then pick it up on the way home. Hopefully 1 hour photo, baby. Yeah. And then I put in quotes, take my strong hand from Scary Movie. Correct.
Oh my God.
Take my strong hand. Haha. In a laughy mood. Blah. I like Jess. She's awesome. But it's so obvious that she likes Mike. Whatever. It's all good. I don't like him like that. Okay. All my pictures look like I'm a fat chick. It's literally terrible. I feel kind of fat lately. I think it's because of my huge, annoying boobs. Love, Amanda. Oh, God. I don't understand. Yep.
I think that's all completely understandable.
This is 100% like, ugh. And it was 2003, so everyone said fat all the time. They're like, God, I'm so fat right now. And they're like,
unfortunately,
we're teens.
Accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that's so funny. I love it. Just like, it's so obvious she's into Matt. Whatever. I don't care. I don't like him like that.
No, I know.
Like,
I was
you
always
definitely like him like that.
My whole life was like that. Like the relationships between people when they'd always get together and not get together. Like, I was so involved.
God.
I was so involved.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
what you missed.
Obviously, you're not going to read any journal entries from like recent years. Are they at all similar? Like, I don't mean, obviously they're not like that, but are they similar in like how you do you still do stream of consciousness?
Yes.
So it can kind of be all over the place.
Yes. Sometimes I actually did like go back on my recent journals and they're pretty intense. And the connections I'm making in my head, I'm like, damn, that's intense. Like they're more sad at times.
Sure.
But they're 100% stream of conscious.
Yeah.
They're like, I wonder what blah, blah, blah. Oh, and also blah, blah, blah said this thing. And I remember that. And I was thinking, and sometimes I'll go on a long tangent and get to like a place of understanding. Some of my journals have letters in it written to people that I'll never give to them. That happens a lot. So
and a lot of people like their journal is like written to someone, right? Like that's like a popular thing that people do.
Yeah, but I definitely still write the same way.
Okay.
Like stream of conscious, like I'll always put at the top the main thing that's happening.
Got it. Okay. That's cool.
And like
see, I put journal entry.
And see, I love that.
So that people know.
I like that. What else you got?
Okay, let me see what else I marked some other things.
Because you're not going to learn much from these journals about me. Actually, you're kind of learning a lot.
Tons.
What are you learning a lot?
The problem is so much of my journals are me trying to sound smart or cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is me being deep as hell. Okay, but I liked this one. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
What year are we in?
2011.
Okay.
So I'm like 19, 20.
Okay.
When we walk, we aren't walking. We're falling and catching ourselves. To think that one of the first things we learn to do in life might be a representation of life itself. We move forward by falling and catching ourselves. Pretty cool.
Whoa.
Pretty cool.
That just kind of blew up my shit.
I like that.
When we walk, we're actually falling and catching ourselves.
Pretty cool.
And that's it.
Okay, I have one other that I found, because mind you, this is the one that's like, this is my only one, so this goes up till yesterday. This goes up to this morning when I wrote in it. So check this one out. This is trippy. Because this was a time when I was writing a lot. So
okay.
I was just like, this past week had me looking back on this and being like, this is weird to read. The mayor of LA said we might be on lockdown for 2 months, maybe more. I wonder if anything will be normal ever again. I wonder when I'll forget about all this and be with a crowd and not think this is a weird feeling. Days seem a lot longer from inside. I feel stupid whenever I get worried and guilty whenever I'm not. I'm in so many ways, this whole thing still doesn't feel real. So much is still the same. The sun is still out, the birds are still singing, dogs barking, people talking from within their homes. It doesn't look like a pandemic when you put your phone down.
Whoa.
How trippy. I was
Wait a second. What year was that?
That was March of 2020.
Yeah.
That was right.
It doesn't look
that was
like
a
pandemic when you put your phone down. That's
Yeah.
so true.
I read that and I was like, oh, God. And like, that's the thing. There's a couple moments when I'm reading my journal where I'm like, oh, I wasn't trying to sound like anything there.
No, you were actually.
And then it ends up like being way more
profound.
But it's weird where I was like, oh, I had no idea. Like I was saying, will this ever be normal again? No. But it was definitely trippy. And I wrote, during that time I was writing almost every day because like I had nothing to do.
See, that's the best, because that's, to me, when you're writing like that, stream of conscious, like you come out and then you're like, oh, you start to like make, and then you go back.
Yeah.
I'm going to read one last one of mine, and it's probably my most, let's say, profound one in this.
Okay. After you read that, we've got a guest.
Oh my freaking God. Yeah, we do. Okay. 5/21/2003. Remember.
Oh, yes, dude.
What do you think makes a good parent?
Whoa.
And then after that, I go, sup, dog.
Oh, I thought I was so ready. You teed us up and then you walked away.
No, it's happening. I'm just getting my hellos out. I'm getting my greetings out, okay? Sup, dog. Ha, ha, ha. I'm so hyper and happy. I was a really hyper kid. I was like,
yeah, I can imagine.
You get it. Okay. A good parent will give anything to make the child happy. The parent will sacrifice its life and give up things they like to do so that the child will get what they want. Loves to be with the child, give it love. Roof over its head. I spelt roof as rough, okay? Mm-hmm. Roof over its head, food on the table, and clothes on their back. That's the truth. No spoiling. That's all you need. And maybe a couple of treats every so often. That's what a good parent is to me. Okay, so anyways, Mike called me and said he couldn't stop thinking about me.
God damn it.
It's so confusing because with John, he's a really bad kisser. He kisses like a horse.
Oh,
and I can't take it. He's sweet and everything, but that counts for a lot of reasons. You got to know how to kiss. You know? Jeez. Okay. So anyways, I really actually want to date Hopscotch for real. Hopscotch is a code name and I can't remember who it is.
Whoa.
I really want to date Hopscotch for real.
So you were writing tons of names down there.
Yeah.
But there was one guy that you gave.
All the names that I've given you guys are fake.
But this one, you're writing real names in the book and then you wrote
this one is an actual code name and I, Amanda, can't even remember who it is.
Interesting.
He makes me laugh and I don't know. Bye. Bye.
Wow. Do you think you wrote Hopscotch because it was a guy you were kind of embarrassed to like?
I think so.
Wow.
I have a feeling it's one of the guys who was like really rich in my town. That like it was kind of like don't like him. Like he's dating like
he's not. That's not gonna happen.
He's dating like the rich girl. Like I always dated kind of like the long jean shorts who like dirt bikers.
Fred Durst.
That's what I liked. I always dated Fred Durst.
That's hilarious.
So that was my most insightful one in 2003.
Wow.
But trust me, they get really insightful.
I can't imagine. See, that's not fair. We're reading ones from when I'm like 20 and also ones from when I'm 28.
Yeah, I would have brought older ones, but I was like, nah.
I just don't have much. This is all I got.
I'll stick with these.
I have, maybe next time we do this, if we ever do this again, I have a dream.
Older ones.
I have a dream journal that I only have like the first 2 pages because I never dream.
Okay.
So I have like a couple dreams.
And I got my dream journal and good night.
I truly have like a couple dreams because that's all I have.
Oh my God.
I never dream. I don't remember them. But we have a guest.
We have a guest.
We have someone who journals better than both of us combined.
100%.
This person's journals are unbelievable.
They're gorgeous.
Ladies
Come on in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Selina's here. Hi, Selina.
Hi. That is too much to live up to. I don't know if I journal
your
better
handwriting
than you
is
guys.
unbelievable.
Okay, no. Can you show a page?
Yeah,
to
I'll show.
the camera.
This was my pride and joy. Hold on, just like blocks of text.
Look at that. Look at that
we
handwriting.
might have to blur some of this, but like
it's the best handwriting I've ever seen in my life.
Look
at this, dude.
I bullet journaled for like a while.
It is unbelievable.
Thank you. I do.
This is what I wanted my journals to look like.
But
so, by the way,
that was never going to happen.
Your handwriting.
Yes.
Right.
All of
Everything.
This
was a blank. This was a blank notebook.
Mm-hmm. For those listening, it's unbelievable.
It looks like something that you would buy at a really fancy like paper store.
It looks like it's printed.
Yeah, but it's not. It's all Selina.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got graded on my penmanship when I was a kid, so that's probably why.
That's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can you read us a little?
Sure. These are journals. I didn't start journaling until I was a young adult / real adult. So these were from 2016 to 2020.
Okay.
So this first one I found it and it was really funny. And Selina today titled it. I had to type it because I had to change some names and I didn't want to forget.
Sure.
I titled it Selina's first date from a dating app.
Whoa!
This was this day.
Yo,
no journal entry, just that.
I mean, that was the whole journal entry from that day. Like I retyped everything.
Dude.
Okay. So from May to 2018. Okay. Today was wild. I had my first ever date from Tinder, no less, and it was pretty good. I wasn't nervous about it, which was good. I recognized him as soon as he got off the bus. We hugged and started making our way to the restaurant. As we were walking there, our hands accidentally grazed each other's, and he took hold of it. I was shook. When we got to the restaurant, he did it again. We held hands for basically the whole meal, and when we weren't, he put his feet on my stool and basically caressed my legs with his. After lunch, I proposed that we go back to my town to take a walk because it's nice out and so we can talk. We got there and managed to walk around a block before deeming it too hot. Deeming it too hot. As we were walking, he would have his arm around my shoulders or my waist. We had our first kiss when we were walking back to my car. It was at a busy intersection and I got embarrassed, so I pulled away. We were headed to the park to be alone and to sit somewhere. After some browsing, we finally found a bench. We sit, talk, kiss, and kiss some more. It was nice.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Is this first date?
First date.
Damn. Damn, girl.
Then we head over to the poke place in town to get some boba. We do the hand-holding thing. It's just really nice to be PDA and affectionate. I drop him off at the train station and waited with him until his train came. We were nerdy and affectionate and we kissed goodbye. I'm incredibly smitten. It was a lot. Couldn't focus or sleep much that night. I couldn't wait to see him again. And then Selina today, update. I saw him one more time, did it, and never saw him again.
What? Let me just say, did he put his feet on your stool?
Yes, he...
Damn, he was touchy from the get-go.
You guys met up and just immediately held hands.
Yeah.
And all through eating?
Yeah.
You're like holding hands and you have a sandwich in the other?
Yeah, imagine like sitting across from each other and just like one hand holding and then like eating.
I can't even do that with my husband. I'd be like, give me back my hand. I gotta eat, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Whoa.
How are you?
Hey.
So the way I journal, this is how my brain works. I have to compartmentalize everything. So each day is like categorized into like work, love life, like anything else that happened that day.
You're organized.
Yeah.
Unlike
that's how my
me.
brain works.
It's just.
But yours is so fun. Like, it's.
But I was like younger. It's probably the same.
Yeah. You were younger. I was a full-blown adult at this point.
So
which
you're
is,
filling out a
yours
journal.
Are clean and organized.
Yours looks so cool. You were flipping through it earlier, and like the amount of graphics you're doing all the time.
Thank you. I have to show this. I had a Jacksepticeye phase.
Nice.
Love that.
This was like 7 years ago. Like his font and
Dude.
everything.
Oh my god,
So
I love
cool
it.
looking.
Yeah. Thank you.
So incredible. So you're filling out. I see this one at the bottom says April to November of 2017.
Yeah.
So you're filling out more than one a year.
Yes, because I couldn't fit more because I was bullet journaling, so I was making up like monthly spreads or like weekly spreads, so like they take up space.
See, that's the thing is when you have it kind of like as a daily or a weekly thing, it kind of pushes you to write more.
Yeah. This one's fun. I found this and I was like, whoa. Shayne, if you can read this block right here.
Just the second block there?
The one with the exclamation point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna skip poll, but I'm glad I didn't. Shayne considered me to be one of the more advanced students in that class. In that class. I feel myself getting stronger, though nowhere near perfect or good even. And I follow choreography well. I got to do the routine without call-outs. It was fine, but I choked a bit at the end when I was making up my own stuff. But it was still great to be trusted to do well. Wait, what is this?
Pole class?
Pole dancing.
Pole dancing.
Wow.
Your namesake, why and everything.
So you were there.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were there teaching her.
Okay.
I saw that and I was like, that's crazy.
Pole dancing is awesome.
Yeah.
My friend does it and loves
That's
it.
hilarious.
Yeah, that was from 2019.
Wow.
But the one that like I was like, oh, the first thing I flipped to this morning to like to read, I was like, this is so cute. So this is from
Your handwriting is insane.
I can't get over it.
It's
Thank
crazy.
you.
So
If my handwriting looked like this, I'd be journaling all the time.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
this is from July 14th, 2017. So like almost 7.5 years ago. I've really fallen in love with Jacksepticeye, a YouTuber. He's become an inspiration to me and his videos always make me feel good. I just wanted to mention him because I've been watching him a lot. In fact, YouTube has been making me happy lately and inspiring me to make content and be creative. I want to be part of this community and foster creativity, connect with people, and entertain people. I'm also scared, though, because I know that whatever I put out, there'll be criticism with it. But I just need to force myself to be diligent about it because I'm excited to find out what I'll be making, what I come up with, and who I'll become.
Whoa.
I was like, whoa.
Look at you now, girl.
First thing I flipped to this morning, I was like, that's crazy.
That's so
Synchronistic.
cool.
Oh my god.
Anyway, these are my...
They're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Is this a moleskin?
No, I like Leuchtturms. Any bullet journal girlies out there, send me recommendations. But yeah,
I love good journals. I love ones that have the elastic band over it.
Yeah, but most of it is literally just boys. Where's the one? It's all just boys. It's all just a place for me to talk about boys. This one. I'm changing names because...
Of course.
Yeah, July 21st, 2018. Xavier continued the text from yesterday, but really didn't keep the conversation going at all. So what in the actual fuck? Sigh. I wrote the word sigh.
Facts.
And then next line. Nothing from Ethan. Actually kind of sad about it. Next line. Matched with a super thirsty Danish dude who's kind of cute. Sexy conversations were had. Should I hook up with him? YOLO, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of happy that he's unable to meet. That's so overwhelming.
You said this is 2018?
Whoa. YOLO.
YOLO.
Okay.
Was YOLO big in 2018?
Yeah,
I can't
guess
remember.
it still was.
Holy
YOLO.
crap.
Yeah.
Journals is such a place to talk about boys and girls
YOLO.
or YOLO because that's when you're gonna be talking about it.
That's true.
Obviously, like you could talk about with your friends. But
Yeah.
It's like it's the most healthy for you to like really be completely open in your journal and not judge yourself like I do.
Yeah, but now I read them back and I'm like, ooh.
I think if you're reading them back and not feeling that, you didn't do it properly.
You didn't go
like,
grow
agree.
through
I think that's growth. Like if you're not looking back on yourself 8 years ago and going, oh God.
Yeah.
No, I know. I would look back and be like, wow, I got upset about so many little things.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe they texted me that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to text them. And it's like, girl, let it go.
And it's like, do you even remember what it was?
No.
Exactly.
No,
it's like,
you don't.
I think reading back on your journals is part of like what's healthy about it.
No, I love it.
Kind of gives you the best perspective on things.
Keeping a journal is so healthy. I do know that some people are like, I can't. It's too much. But I think if you lower your expectations for it, make it small. Like
it can even a sentence a day is something.
Because they have 5-minute journals or 2-minute journals.
That's what I'm trying to get back to, because I did all of this when I had more time in my days, and it just got too overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then I put pressure on myself to like make it perfect. So my goal this year is to just like one line describing what happened, how I felt, etc. Just to like let it out.
Yeah.
But,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude.
Amazing.
Your journal game is crazy.
It's really good. So now we know that Selina's the best. Shayne's probably second. And this girl, this girl is on another planet.
You guys both win by the sheer amount of journals you have. This is it. That's it. And this one has 2 pages.
Hey, that's pretty awesome.
This is my journals.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but if that's all you need, that's all you need. You know?
Yeah.
That's all you need. And it's really cool. The first one looks like it's, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That was
your plan.
Well, it was 2000. I guess Game of Thrones was out, but I hadn't read it yet.
No.
But anyways, Selina, thank you for showing these to us.
Of course. For showing us.
Yeah.
Wow.
This has been really fun.
Yeah. Do you guys journal? Let us know.
Let us know if you journal down below.
And let us know if you're going to read 50 books in a year, just like Shayne is.
Yeah, I'll keep updating you on the books I'm reading.
Yeah, keep updating
Let you know.
us.
So.
I've read 0, but that's okay.
I've read half of one that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, you
What
gotta
is going
remember,
on?
Guess whatever book Amanda's reading.
Yeah.
And also watch Day of the Jackal because it's really good.
But I hope you guys are doing well. We love you.
We're safe.
We will see you next week.
We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.